Okay, hi everyone. I'm the Dynamite Doll, and this is episode 22 of Dirt with the Doll. Today in the dollhouse, I have the beautiful, talented professional wrestler, Calgary bred Ava Lawless. How are you today?
I'm doing great today. The sun is shining. I got enough sleep last night. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and you had a weekend off. I think that's pretty rare for you.
Yeah, I wrestled on Friday, but I had Saturday off, but I still went and trained and like hung out and stuff. But it was nice to kind of just, I don't know, live a normal Saturday.
Yeah, it's nice once in a while. You've been so busy lately. Tell us
Mhm.
what you've been up to. What's new and exciting?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess I just had two airings on AEW, so that was really cool. I did their Winnipeg show and their Edmonton show. I'm frequently in Winnipeg, and of course, I do a bunch of Alberta and stuff. So I just
Yeah.
feel like I've been kind of go 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 since the new year. So it's been great. It's kept me on my toes, you know.
Busy 2026. That's all we can
hmm
ask for. You were
Yeah.
in Vegas, right? Did you do any
Yes.
shows out there? Or did you just go for Mania?
I did one show. I wasn't booked for it, but they needed a body and I happened to be there and
Oh,
you
no way.
gotta stay ready. So yeah, I just kind of filled in and that was like a fun little thing. But otherwise I just kind of enjoyed Vegas. I love Vegas. So yeah, it was just a good time all around. And the weather was fantastic too, because it was snowing so much here in Calgary during that time.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got snow. The day I left for Vegas, it was a huge snowstorm. And then
Mhm.
Vegas was warm, but it wasn't too hot. So it was like perfect. My sister got married and she was outside and I was worried
Yeah, I
about her wearing
saw that.
I was worried about her wearing her dress all day. She was going to wear it all day, walk around in Vegas. I'm like, "Are you crazy?" And she was wearing black too.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
ended up being perfect for that weather, so
Yeah, did she do like the little chapel or like one of those? Oh my God, I
she
love that.
did. Yeah, like the Elvis theme chapel and Mick
Yeah,
Foley married them, so it was like we swapped
iconic.
Elvis for Mick Foley, and it just all made sense for our family. It was so fun.
That's amazing. I love it.
Did you go to Mania?
Yes, I just
Yeah.
bought tickets the day of because they're
Okay.
typically cheaper that way.
Yeah.
So I went to both nights. Always a good time, and it's always kind of inspirational too, because like you're seeing like the big stage and kind of where you want to get to, right? So yeah, I'm one of the ones where if I'm there, I'll go.
And if my memory serves me correct, you got involved in wrestling or introduced to wrestling by your grandmother? Is that
Yeah, my whole family grew up watching it. Like we would get together on Sundays for like our Sunday meals and we would watch probably Sunday Night Heat or pay-per-view. And then yeah, my brother and I just watched it growing up and I was the body for him to put all the moves on when I was a little girl.
yeah,
So now
older
I
brother?
now I get to put him in them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did he ever try out professional wrestling or
No,
just
he never tried out for it, but he was like I would say he was very instrumental for me because he would always get the games, like he would get WWF No Mercy and things like that, and then I would play with him. So like I feel like he was a large part of my love for it.
yeah.
But he never tried it out, but he always jokes like he doesn't understand how he didn't get into
Yeah.
it, but I did, and I was like, I kind of get it. I loved it too.
Yeah. Was he older than you or
Yes.
younger?
Yeah, he's like
Older.
5
Yeah.
to 6 years older than me, so I think, like, some people get surprised by how young I, like, started watching wrestling, but it's because I was kind of like his shadow, so I was just doing whatever he was doing, so for him, he was like a, like, preteen boy, so it was, like, cool and
Yeah.
hip, and he was walking around saying, "Suck it," and all that stuff, right? And then I was way younger,
You're in
just
grade 5, just like
yeah, I was
or
like,
younger.
yeah.
Love it.
So, yeah, I think I do owe a large part to him and just my family in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must love watching you wrestle.
Yeah, he loves it so much. I honestly think he's probably my biggest fan. Like he has every piece of merch I've ever made.
Oh,
He gets so excited if I'm ever back in Ontario and he'll come to every single show. So it's honestly been really nice because in adulthood, I feel like it's brought us like back together. Not that we
yes.
ever drifted apart or anything like that, but you grow up, you do your own things as
Yeah.
adults.
It's that
But
nostalgia of childhood.
yeah, and then sometimes he'll like kind of ask me stuff to get like the in and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. That's so cute.
So yeah.
What was your first live wrestling experience? Do you remember?
Yeah, I don't like I can't remember like dates and times and whatever,
Yeah.
but it was a house show in Ottawa, and my dad got himself a seat, me a seat, and my brother, and we were on the floor like 5 or 6 rows back, and I remember seeing Kane and being like like, "Oh my god, that's the biggest human I've ever seen in my life," and also being terrified at the same time. And
Yeah.
then, like,
I
there
guess
was
they wouldn't have done the fire for a house show, did they?
I can't remember,
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
honest with you.
Just
Yeah.
his physique enough was
Yeah,
enough
yeah,
to
and
wow you.
yeah, and this was, like, his iconic, like, not original look, but still, like, the long sleeve and things
Yeah.
like that. And then after that, like, I went to a few, like, Raws Wars with my brother and my dad, but I feel like that house show was the first one because I just remember it clearer? I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
What
that
do
was
you think your grandmother would be most proud of today watching you wrestle?
I think she would just be impressed by it, if I'm honest. Like, like, before she passed away, she lived to be, like, 104, so she was,
Wow.
she was a titan.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, she kind of said to me, she was like, "You know, women wrestle now," and, I mean, they've been wrestling for a long time, but I think it was just more prominent to her now and more memorable, and like she watched like Bruno Sammartino and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
um yeah, so like the whole women's evolution and everything, she was just like, women are featured more now, isn't that crazy, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah, I know. And then I don't know if she ever knew that I wrestled. She
Yeah.
must.
So she didn't get to watch you then.
No, she never got to watch me, but I'm pretty sure she saw photos of me and then she didn't know it was me.
Yeah.
but
That's not
but
my sweet little girl.
yeah, but I think she would think it's really cool. She was very despite being very like traditional Italian and everything, she was very like, I remember when I got piercings and stuff in high school, my dad was like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Absolutely not." And then my nona was just like, "Let her do what she wants."
Yeah.
And so,
She just
I
roll with it.
yeah, I think it was kind of like life's too short type of mentality. So I like to think she would think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So you work for a lot of local promotions. If there's a show, you're pretty much on it. RCW, Top Talent, Dungeon Wrestling. Being
Mhm.
a Calgary girl, how cool
Yeah.
is it doing dungeon wrestling and working out your matches with Bret Hart?
I have to say that's been like one of the highlights of my career. I think number one, just wrestling in the pavilion for how historic it is. I think that in itself is like such a reward as a wrestler. But being able to pick Brett's brain every time I have a match, I think you can't put a price on that. So I think it's like one of the most unique and rewarding experiences when I'm doing dungeon is getting able to like sit down and hear what he has to say or what he wants to see, and then I have to go out there and execute it, no pressure. So
Yeah.
I think that's been, yeah, it's definitely been one of the highlights of my career. And yeah, I'm not sick of it. I love it.
Yeah.
Every time I'm booked, I'm like excited. And the crowd atmosphere in the pavilion is really great too. It
Yes. They
really
have a
has,
lot of kids there, which I love.
yes, it has like that really like old school, like family oriented
Yeah.
crowd. And I just love bickering with the kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you have to be mean to them. And my
Yeah.
daughter Harlow wants me to make sure she tells you you're her favorite and she loves you. So
Yes.
even if you're a heel, she's still gonna cheer you. I'm sorry.
It's
She's
okay.
the
She's
one.
the best.
Last time she came and she was sticking out her hand. She's like, she didn't shake my hand. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
she's bad. She can't.
I'm too cool for school at Dungeon.
Yeah. So you've
Yeah.
recently worked at AEW, ROH, TNA. Is WWE on that list yet?
Yeah, I've done like background stuff for them, but like no matches or anything, and it doesn't seem like they
Excuse me.
have a whole lot of opportunity for matches for extra talent. But I've been able to be like in the backstage space and like see how things run and things like that. But never say never. Got to cross your
Yeah.
fingers, right?
Well, they
Because
don't come to Calgary as much either, but
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Edmonton more. I don't know.
I think the last time they came like last year or something, the last time they had been before that was like 8 years or something like that. So it had been a while.
Hopefully once we get our new venue, that won't happen to us anymore because our venue
Yeah.
kind of sucks. The Saddle
Mhm.
Dome's not the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that'll be the case for wrestling and
Concerts.
concerts. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Expanding into different promotions, how do you prepare for different crowds and wrestling styles in various locations?
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good question. Well, I think if you do your local scene too much, you almost get too comfortable. So something that I try to apply when I go into a new market is like trying to give them something they've never seen before or a reason to remember me, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be forgettable ever.
Mhm.
So I think that's the mentality I take when I go into new markets, is just like, how can I stand out? Which I think is also wrestling's motto in general, right? Like, how can you stand out? Because even when you're on like doing your local circuits, like, how do you stand out then, right? But you want to build that connection with the crowd. So yeah, I definitely try to be a bit unexpected if I can.
Do you find it's much different if you're branching out into the States or like the
Yeah.
locker room or the wrestling style?
Um, the locker room's not so much. Just like obviously when you do your local circuit, you just know everybody. But when you're
Yeah.
branching out, you just meet a bunch of people. But I will say that whenever I do the States and they hear that I'm from Calgary, they always, always, always want to see a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, or they'll if they're heckling me, they'll say like, "Go back to the dungeon" or
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, "Well, I was never there, but could
Yeah.
you imagine?" But
Yeah. I'll take it.
yeah, but I think, and obviously I can credit the Hearts for that, is just by, even if people in the States don't know who I am when they say from Calgary, Alberta,
Everyone
Canada,
knows Calgary.
yeah,
Mhm.
everyone knows Calgary because of the Hearts, right? So I do always have that in my back pocket, thankfully. And then if the crowd deserves it or not, maybe I'll give them a sharpshooter, but
Yeah.
that's if they
Nice.
deserve it.
Have you done, I don't think you have, but maybe I'm not,
Mhm.
maybe I don't know. Have you done Europe yet, or like Europe, Mexico?
No, no, I've always, always wanted to do England because I
Yeah,
love like the British strong style.
I think you should.
Um,
You do so well out there. I'd
yeah,
love to see it.
I would love it. But the thing is like you can't really go for like a couple days. You would have to
No,
make
you
like a
can't.
good,
Yeah,
yeah, a good decent trip out of it. So I would want to make it worth it. So,
absolutely.
but that's on my list. Yeah.
That sounds good. How has your love for bands like Kiss and Judas Priest influenced your wrestling persona?
Oh, I just think, I guess like music and wrestling have such a connection to each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, growing up, when I started to kind of veer away from wrestling and get more into music, and I was like in bands and like going all over to see concerts, like I was always enthralled by like the spikes and the leather and just like that raw like brutality on stage. And if you could take that and like bottle it up and put it into wrestling, like you have a character already. Or like some of these bands, they basically have gimmicks, you know? Like, look at
Yeah.
Gore. Like, that's a gimmick, right?
Did you say
Uh,
Billy Corgan?
oh no, I said like Gore.
Oh, Gore. Okay. Because I saw Smashing Pumpkins and Billy
Yeah.
Corgan came out, and he had this long coat, and like I
Mhm.
was like, this is so wrestling, like this entrance he
Yeah.
had, and then he took his coat off, and so it's very similar to like a wrestling entrance. So
Yeah, exactly, and it's, like,
yeah,
all theatrics and stuff,
yeah,
and, of course, because I love, like, the '80s, like, thrash and rock and things like that, that era is so fantastic for, like, its artistic, like, visual aspect and, like, music as well, but I also find there's, like, a lot of indie wrestlers that look like Axl Rose, so I'm like, I don't wanna look like Axl Rose, even with
no,
orange hair, but,
yeah,
like, you know, I just try to find ways to weave my inspirations through wrestling without it being so obvious.
yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's like a way to blend both worlds that I love so much together. And the other good like thing about it is whenever a fan in the crowd connects to it, they almost feel like they've like gotten like an Easter egg. Like I remember when I did AEW, I think my little like name bar said that she calls herself the Hellion.
Oh yes, I forgot to say that in my intro. The
Yeah.
Lawless, the Lawless.
Me. Yeah, it says like she calls herself the Hellion, and then my last name is Lawless. And I remember I got a few tweets from people being like, oh, well, with the last name Lawless and the nickname Hellion, is it safe to assume that Ava is a fan of Wasp? And I was like, yes, absolutely. Or like people think I'm like Blackie Lawless's daughter, which I tell them I am.
Yeah, you might as well.
but,
Oh yeah, I was
but
gonna say, how did you come up with your character Ava Lawless? I think that was kind of
yeah, well, I always knew that I wanted to kind of expand on who I was in high school, which was like just kind of like a rowdy little metalhead, you know? Um, kind of like up to no good. Like I was always skipping class and like hanging with the stoners and like doing
sounds
all that.
familiar.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just knew that was me, but turned up to 100, right? And I always found like solace in like the music and being with my friends and just kind of like, I guess, like marching to my own drum. And I was like, that's basically who I could be in the ring as well, you know, and just get that aggression out.
Yeah.
And I knew Lawless. I knew forever that I always wanted to use Lawless because of Blackie Lawless. And so that's why it's my name.
That's the singer from Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I
I
think I just kind
love
of took who I was in high school and then turned it up.
Did you ever have a different character name or persona, or was it always kind of it was Ava
Um,
Lawless got stuck?
I'm trying to think like growing up when my brother and I would make video games
Yeah.
or video game characters in like the WWE games or whatever. I feel like I probably used Amy because it's my middle name. So I probably used Amy in
Yeah.
some way, but I don't know about last names. But I know that my moniker was the Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was abandoned pretty quick, especially because I'm a cat girl. So.
Yeah. Like this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, but I was also like 10. So,
Yeah.
but no, I've always been Ava, and I would love to always be Ava Lawless because,
It fits you to a T. I love it.
yeah, yeah, it's who I am. It's who people want to see. So, yeah.
You're never gonna stray away from the orange hair.
Everybody like kind of wants me
I,
to.
I love it on you. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's super faded right now, but
It doesn't matter.
that's just because
It
I
looks
just
so
did
good.
not want to take cold showers this month. I just wanted warm showers.
Like, we have had enough snow. I need to warm
Yeah.
myself up. Calgary's crazy.
Um, I like the way I branded myself right now with my orange and yellow.
I
I
do
do,
too.
yeah, I do feel like it's you don't see it as often in women's wrestling, and also I feel like I would change it for sure, but at the right opportunity,
Yeah.
the right
It would
pivot.
be like a statement.
Yeah, but and then also once I do that, all my gear becomes obsolete because
Oh,
all my
orange.
gear is black and orange. And then I remember I was wrestling in Winnipeg a couple months ago, and someone yelled at me like, "Halloween is over," you know. And I was like, "How have I never put together the fact that I'm Halloween colors?" Like,
It's
which
so funny because I love orange, and I was wearing orange like last week, and I always pair it with black, and I'm like, oh, it's so Halloween, but I love
yeah,
orange.
yeah, and like I don't know how I didn't put that together because obviously I love Halloween, I love horror movies, you know, and I was just like, this is so strange how I never was like what? And like someone told me to go back to Spirit Halloween, and I was like, shit, that's funny. So,
Yeah. I can't crack a smile, but you're
yeah,
right.
yeah, but that's good. You got me.
Yeah. How much
Yeah.
of Ava is a work, and how much of it is truly who you are?
Oh, deep. I think she and I think we're interchangeable. I think it is 100%. Like I said, you turn yourself up to 100. I think as Ava, I'm definitely more vocal and more aggressive. And in my everyday life, I try to be a bit more polite, but I get to get
A
that
bit more,
out.
just a bit.
Yeah, I let to get that out. So I think,
I
yeah,
think the best characters are true to yourself, but just a bigger
yeah,
exaggeration of it because you can relate to it and then you can build on it.
exactly. And yeah, so I think we kind of, you know,
Yeah.
depends how I'm waking up. If I'm waking up pretty crabby, it's a pretty Ava day.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
prefer being heel or face?
Um, heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
more
just
freedom.
Yeah, it's just more fun. Yeah.
So 80s thrash metal is your favorite genre of music?
Yeah, I think so. Just like 80s in general, because I loved the pop and stuff from then too. I don't listen to a lot of stuff that's like
Correct.
pre or current or after 2005
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. Yeah,
it
like
just
maybe
went
like I'll
downhill.
dabble like with a few things, but if I'm listening to music, it's very often something from the past.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you been to any concerts lately? Any good concerts?
Oh, what was the last concert I've been to? I always get asked this question. For some reason, I get so stumped because I
I
can't
know,
like
'cause everything's a blur. I hear
yeah,
you.
and I have like the memory of a fish lately, but
Yeah.
I don't know because this last year, yeah, I saw Wasp again. I saw Sebastian Bach from
I feel
Skid
like,
Row.
yeah, we had a bunch and then now
Yeah,
it's been nothing much, but now I feel like more is coming up again.
yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to remember. Maybe it was Sebastian.
Hmm. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
The best one I've ever been to, probably like when Guns N' Roses reunited with like their full lineup with Slash Duff and Axl in like 2017, 2018 or something in
Yeah,
Edmonton.
yeah, I went to
Um,
that too. I was there.
yeah, I think for myself, like I had grown up watching and listening to Guns N' Roses like music videos and albums, and I saw Axl when he was by himself.
Yeah,
But I thought I would never see the day when I would see all of them together again. So I think
yeah,
that was a pinch me moment. And they played for so long. They played like 3 hours or something like that. It was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
So I think that's probably up there for me. Also because it was like a pinch me moment. Like I just couldn't believe I was seeing it with my own eyes.
yeah. I had never seen them either, and I was like, I'll never see them. And then they announced that tour, so we
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
But for me, the similar feeling would be when I just saw Oasis last, I think it
Mhm.
was September.
Of
Never
course.
thought they would make up or tour again, and that was
Yeah.
incredible. That's
Yeah,
like my
there's
top concert.
there's so many bands where I'm like, oh, if they did one more tour, even
Yeah.
like the Spice Girls, I'm like, y'all want to do like one more
I've never
thing.
seen them. I would love to.
Yeah, me too.
But would
So
they all be there? That's the question.
yeah, they're always missing one.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Yeah. It's not the full stable. Yeah.
Where do you get a lot of your inspiration as far as studying matches goes?
Oh, well, a lot of the times I just go back to the era that I was watching. So I like to revisit that. Of course I
Is that
love,
like the Attitude Era?
yeah, like the Attitude Era for sure. Cause I think a lot of people think, oh, there's like 2 minute matches, but like sometimes Trish and Ivory would have like 10 minutes on Raw. And you're like, what? you know? Um, and I revisit like a lot of 90s stuff, like maybe some like 90s pay-per-views. And I like I said, I really like the English wrestling. So it's never like I'm gonna sit down and watch this. It's
Yeah.
just like I just start browsing and then I'll just like find something that I really want to watch, or like I'll pick a wrestler that I really love and then I'll just randomize their category. So I'll like I like Mike Awesome a lot, so I'll just watch a bunch of Mike Awesome and things like that. And of course, being from Calgary, I always revisit like Bret.
Yeah.
Growing up, I love the Hardy Boys. So, I just kind of pick a wrestler and go from there. I had like a Chaz phase, so that, like I think that's probably easier is like when I just feel like really inspired by watching someone, I'll try and do like a deep dive into their work, or sometimes I'll try to see like okay, like they have their instant classics, but what are their like underrated classics, right? Like the ones that people online are like, you should watch this one if you love this person. So yeah, I guess it's just a bit random.
You like the deep cuts. You like to find the things everyone else isn't watching.
Yeah, and like it kind of goes back to music in that way because I
Me
remember
too.
like, sorry,
Me too. I like deep cuts. I'm
yeah,
always so random. Like I love this song. Like
yeah,
always the deep cut on the album. That's always my favorite.
and also like you find like the best music when you research who the bands you love, who they listened to, like I found Metallica because like I was like 12 years old listening to Avenged Sevenfold, and then from there I found Black Sabbath, and then from there it
Yeah.
just I went further and further back, right?
Nice. I
Because
love that.
yeah, like and then you watch a wrestler today and you're like, oh, they're amazing, and then like it's like, oh, who inspired them? Well,
Yeah.
Bret inspired them, and then who inspired Bret, and then it goes back
Yeah.
right? So that's kind of like a fun little tunnel to go down.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it too. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Very
don't know.
cool.
It's just what I do, I guess.
I gotta jump back to the Spice Girls for one sec. Who's your favorite Spice Girl?
Growing up, it was Sporty Spice. And then I feel like current day, I love Scary Spice. I love
Yeah,
her. She's
yeah.
so fun. Her style's cool. She's
God, she
funny.
hasn't aged. She looks the best on anyone. And
She
Baby Spice.
looks
Yeah.
fantastic. And the movie's so good. The
Oh, I
movie's
love that movie.
incredible.
I still have it on VHS. Not that I
Yeah,
probably
it's so
can't play
good. Yeah. The Plaza played it a couple years ago, and like I went with a bunch of friends, and the whole theater was like quoting it
quoting
and
it.
laughing.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I know
so
all the
good.
quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Jerry is my favorite. Jerry and Baby, and I feel like that's a perfect mix of like who I am, like
that
fashion wise.
totally is who you are, bro. Yeah.
And I'm like the Union Jack, but then I'm like, the
Yeah.
platform white runners and the pigtails.
I loved Jerry back then. Her style, like the red with the little like blonde pieces at the front, like
Yes.
so iconic.
Yeah,
And
I thought you would have said her for sure.
yeah, I think now I'm like, oh, I kind of wish she still like
Yeah.
leaned into that a little bit more, but I get that she's like
Oh,
obviously
all
older
grown
and
up now.
a different version of herself, but that look was so iconic.
Mhm.
So iconic.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh, how was your you did the Comic-Con last week?
Oh
that
yeah,
Comic-Con?
that was so much fun. Yeah. I tried to wear a costume like every day because it was just so like you're wrestling at a comic expo, like you got to lean into it a little bit. So, yeah, I was like dressing up and just having fun with it, and I didn't expect there to be that many people interested in at least watching the wrestling because there's so much to do at these events, right? Like there's
Yeah.
panels and there's like meet and greets and all that stuff. So I didn't expect it, but every single show
And what
was
venue was it at?
it was in the BMO Center and it was in one of their big halls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it did
You
great.
were a very cute Where's Waldo. I loved that costume.
I had a lot of fun doing that. Like the show, we actually like played into it. Like I went and I hid in the crowd and stuff. So yeah, it was really fun. And I used to go to that as like just, like an everyday person just to like buy geeky stuff. And then I haven't really gone in the last year or two. So I returned for this one and I could not believe how busy it was. It was crazy in there. I was like, oh my
I
God.
did the anime one in I think it was about a year ago, like last May, I believe. That was my
Oh,
first
yeah,
time going. Oda
yeah,
Fest. Yeah, it
yeah,
was pretty busy.
yeah,
A
yeah.
lot
This
of
one
people
was
get
so
the
packed.
line up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. It's
It's
good for
scary.
the city.
Yeah, it's great for the city.
So you do a lot of intergender matches. What unique dynamic does it bring to the ring?
I think it's an instant story, which is always easier, I find. Because sometimes you show up to a show and it's you versus another girl and there's no story and you got to make something of it. And that's totally fine. That's the job. But when you do intergender, there's already a built-in story and it's about how you want to tell it. And then obviously when you work men, you can probably do like crazier moves and whatnot, which is like really fun. I've enjoyed it. It's not something that I do like a lot anymore because I'm just trying to branch out and
Seems like there's been more females lately,
yes,
locally
yeah.
as well.
I mean, for the longest time, I was the only female Calgarian wrestler. All the girls are in Edmonton, and I'm like the lone wolf.
The lone wolf.
The lone wolf, the lone cat. But yeah, so it's been nice. Obviously, Alberta getting more women is great, and also just traveling more and getting to wrestle women in other places. But yeah, I love to spice it up with an intergender match here or there. Time and a place,
You're tough enough. You can handle it. I've seen you do it.
Oh yeah.
What is your proudest moment in your career so far?
My proudest moment, I would think. So I've got two for like separate reasons, I guess. One is obviously working for AEW and being on Ring of Honor, Wrestling Athena. I watched Ring of Honor growing up. I remember the Summer of Punk. It was really vital to me just when I was a wrestling fan. So I think landing that opportunity and going from, should I try wrestling to that and seeing the impact it had on my family and friends, like that was really fantastic. And then I'll be very honest with you, there was a dungeon show where I wrestled Riley Rose, and I had like a nice sit down with Bret after it, and kind of all the feedback I got from him that night is something that I'll hold like near and dear to me. So I think I have like the milestone, and then I have like the personal one, right? So I think both of those would probably be my highlights.
I'm so happy and proud of you, and that just gave me goosebumps.
Thanks, Bron. Yeah, you've been there for so much.
I know. How long have you been wrestling now?
6-ish years. Yeah.
See? It seems longer even. Like that's how much you've gotten done in a pretty short amount of time. So
like even in like I think my first 2 years or something, I got on AEW, and I was like, that's crazy. So life moves fast.
Yeah, it sure does when you work hard too, and you're,
Thanks, girls.
Do you have a favorite city or venue to wrestle in? I'm assuming it might be the Pavilion, but
yeah, it's hard to top the Pavilion. It's really hard to top the Pavilion. But I'll be honest, when Top Talent runs the Palace in Calgary, that venue is
I haven't seen wrestling there yet.
Yeah, that venue is so beautiful. Like, and it's just because there's tiers, that helps a lot. And of course, because I'm Calgary, the crowd will.
Yeah, it makes for really great photos because there's like 3 levels, right?
Where
you can look down at the ring.
I wrestled Deanna there, and I had so many friends and family come out for that, and that just felt kind of electric. So I think the Pavilion for its historic value, and then the Palace in Calgary was just, I think it's just like theatrical. But I think I'll always say Calgary because it's home, and I don't think there's anywhere else I can go in the world that's going to love me as much as Calgary loves me. So I'm going to try, but
Calgary's been put on the map as well. Like you said, it's known around the world. So it does hold value as well.
Yeah.
You're a Calgary girl.
I am. And I think, for as much as I get out there and whatever, like I still just love wrestling here a lot too. And like I've had like a fan, she started watching me when she was like 11 here, and now she's like a teenager, and I'm like, this is so crazy, but I see her at almost every show. So it's just wild.
Is that the dark-haired girl? I don't know.
I always give her a hug.
She's at every show.
Yeah, she's always there.
Any dream opponents for yourself?
I would love like a meaty match with Athena, because we had we wrestled each other on Ring of Honor, and I think we had a couple minutes, which was great, but I would love like a lengthy one. And to be honest, I would love to wrestle Mickie James. I would just love to wrestle her. She is so fantastic, and you could learn so much. She has such a brain for the business, and I just think if she's lacing up her boots and getting back in there, I want to be one.
Yes, please.
Me, please. Yeah. So
what about Natalia
up there? Oh my God. Yeah. There's a story there in itself, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like I gotta work towards that one. I feel like that one I really, really gotta, I don't know, earn.
So has Athena been your favorite opponent so far?
Yeah, she I just like love her wrestling. I'm like always impressed by her. My favorite opponent. Ooh, that's hard because I've had a lot of good ones. I've had some great ones. She's up there.
I've seen you and Taya Valkyrie. That was a good match. I remember that.
Yes. I wrestled her a few times, and she was awesome too. Yeah.
I'm gonna get her on my podcast. Well, she did. I hit her up right before Vegas, and she's like, absolutely, but like now I'm really busy. I'm like, I know, I wrote you at the worst time.
Yeah. She's awesome. Yeah. It's hard to pick. I don't know. I'll have to think on that, but Athena's definitely up there.
That's awesome. What are your biggest goals right now in terms of your wrestling career?
To be honest, it's just to keep going. I try to be really realistic with my goals, because I think if you reach too high, you can disappoint yourself easier.
Yes. Don't have like expectations.
So I try to give myself like little stepping stones. Like last year, I think was like to win a belt in a different province, and then I won a belt in Winnipeg. So I was like, there we go. Or like
Yay. Oh, that's
sometimes,
great.
yeah, and like sometimes it's like wrestle outside of Alberta more, and I have been.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Me
little
too.
things like that.
I
I
think
guess
that's a great way to do it.
yeah, just keep being booked and busy and learning, and put out cool merch at the same time.
And you do that too. I saw you just came out with the hot sauce.
Yeah, that was such a labor of love.
Were you working with like a brewery or something, or how did you make
Yeah, so because I've wrestled for Winnipeg Pro Wrestling quite often, I'm in Winnipeg all the time, and my friend told me that she got hot sauce from a band, and she was pretty sure that the company was out of Winnipeg. So
it?
when I was doing one of my Winnipeg loops, I reached out to them and I was like, "Can we connect and like see if this is possible?" Because I just want to do merch that like stands out. That's just a little bit different. I'll
Yeah.
always have stickers and shirts and stuff, but you want something that kind of speaks to other or just speaks to people a bit differently. And I sat down and I was like, all I know is I want it to be orange. It's got to be super orange.
Yeah.
It's got to
Super
be
hot.
fiery. Yeah. It's got to be fiery and hot. It's going to be named the Hellion. And then my other thing was that I wanted I had a bottle next to me, but it's not here right now. The other thing I wanted to pay like homage to Ronnie James Dio. And I always knew that I wanted to do some sort of parody of the Holy Diver cover because that album like changed my life in high school. And I'm such a Dio fan. And I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if like instead of the demon drowning a priest, it's like my logo, which is like a three-eyed tiger drowning a pepper because it's a hot sauce.
Yeah.
So the cover, they understood the vision completely, and their artist, she like drew that up, and I was like, this is so perfect. So
That's so great.
yeah, and I released it last week and I've already gone through a box.
Yeah.
So
See, hot sauce is one thing when I go to breweries or, small business or small locally owned, whatever it may be.
yeah.
Well, hot sauce is an easy way you can support, take it home.
Yeah. And you can enjoy it,
I
right? Like,
know. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
And
love that you did that. It was such a creative idea. Good for you.
yeah, thanks. I'm pretty stoked on it. And I'm glad that I got to work with like a local
Yeah.
business in Winnipeg. And because I wrestle in Winnipeg all the time, I felt like that was kind of nice too, that I found a way to kind of bridge my relationship there. So yeah.
Yeah. And tigers are my favorite animals. So I always love your merch as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
I forgot I have a Rise Against Tiger t-shirt, and I was going to wear that today because it looked very
Oh,
Ava Lawless, but I totally forgot.
yeah. I mean, we're both cat ladies.
Yeah.
So I think
You know
everyone
what?
expects like a lion because I'm called the Hellion and the lion's in there, but a tiger makes more sense. Orange
Yeah.
stripes.
It's
Yeah.
I should have Chester here, but I don't. It's his birthday today. You know my big fluffy cat? Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
8 years old today, but he's such an annoying asshole. So when I'm podcasting, he'll like bite my hand. So I have
Oh,
to leave him upstairs.
oh, my guy's sleeping on the couch right in front of me.
You got a new one, right?
Yes. So when I lost my cat in the summer, she was 15, which
Yeah.
that's crazy because she was with me my like teenage years, and adulthood. So it was really hard. And it's wild because you get 15 years and you're like, oh, like I just wish I had 5 more. Like I just wish I had even a year more.
15 is like a considerably long amount for cats.
It totally is. Yeah. And I had a family cat. Her name was Destiny. She lived to 23. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found him. His name is Lugosi, but I call him Louie for short. And he's helped the grieving process a lot. Like
I don't know if I've seen you post a picture. Is he black?
He's a black and white cat, so he's a little tuxedo.
Oh, I love tuxedos. They're so soft.
Oh, he's so sweet. And he's got big front vampire teeth, which is why I named him after the Dracula actor. So yeah, he's a sweetie.
Besides wrestling, who is Ava Lawless? Well, she's a cat lover. She's a metal lover.
Yeah, she's a cat lover, a metal lover, a movie lover, an iced tea fanatic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A white monster lover.
So you have a buy me a coffee on your bio, so I assume you love coffee.
Yeah, I like iced coffee, and that's just like a cute little website too, where it's
that is cute. I was like, hey, I should do that.
Yeah, because it's like I never ever want to like ask for money or beg for money, but like sometimes people want to do things like that. So
Mhm.
like buy me a coffee is like a cute way of being like, you can buy me a coffee, and
Yeah,
then
I love it.
then that's settled. But I actually am a pretty big matcha fan too. Like I love matcha. So
What's your favorite scary movie or like franchise? Do you have a favorite?
ooh, franchise would be like the Living Deads. So like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Return of the
Yeah,
Living
I'm
Dead.
the worst because I don't like scary movies. Are those Rob Zombie movies?
You know what's so crazy, Brahman, is that's surprising to me. I feel like
I
you would
know.
love them.
I
That's
know. So
crazy.
the three, it's like wrestling,
Yeah.
metal, and scary movies. I
Yeah.
don't do scary movies.
That's wild. Yeah. They're not Rob Zombie movies, although I would
Okay.
like to see his take on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like they're like classic zombie movies for
Yeah.
what they are. But wow, I'm so surprised you don't like
I
not
know.
like being
So I
scared
used
or
to
like
when I was younger, like,
mhm.
we'd rent movies back when Blockbuster was a thing. Jade and I would rent movies, and well, I remember watching it, and
Yeah.
like I did the Scream movies and all that in junior high, but becoming a mom is when I used to love watching murder shows, and when I became a
Right.
mom, I stopped all that because now I was like now paranoid and
Yeah.
anxious and like, oh my God, there's murders are out there. You just become
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
afraid of the real. I'm like, this is too real. I can't watch it.
Yeah, and honestly, in a lot of horror movies, the cast is usually a majority women,
Yeah.
so I get that. That makes sense. That totally makes sense.
But I'm like, yeah, if it's realistic, I can't watch it.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
fair.
was thinking recently I might give it a try. I'm like, okay, like
Mm.
you're 42 now, almost Bronwyn. Like
Yeah, yeah, you could
you're
dabble into
missing out.
some. You could dabble into ones that aren't like necessarily terrifying, or
Yeah.
maybe they're ridiculous, like Happy Death Day or something like that. I don't know, but
Or I
yeah.
can't even like because I used to love watching like A&E. What was it? A&E. What was the murder show on there?
Oh my God, Cold Case
Yeah, like
Files.
stuff like that. I used to love
Yeah,
watching that, and then it came a point I couldn't watch it at night because then I'd have nightmares. Like as an
yeah,
adult,
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. I know what you
things
mean.
bright and sunshiny. So,
Yeah.
but hey,
Yeah.
if wrestling were taken away tomorrow, what would your backup plan be? That's a hard.
Um, I don't know.
Would you still want to be involved somehow, like maybe a school or acting? You're a bit of an actress.
I do love like arts of any capacity. So I would love to be in a horror movie. I
Yeah,
mean, I was very, 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 very briefly in Dark Match, and I was like, this is really cool.
that
Um,
was such a cool movie.
yeah, it's blend of both things that I love, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to do acting. I would love to do music again. Music is something that I've been kind of like, if I have more time, should I kind of dip my toes back in it? Because in high school, I was in like bands and stuff. So I kind of feel
Really?
like,
What do you play?
oh, nothing. I sing.
Oh my gosh, you're a
Yeah.
singer?
Yeah. So,
I
and I,
need to see this.
yeah. And I think back then, like, you're a teenager and you're kind of like, whatever. But like
Yeah.
now that I also have the experience of the wrestling stage,
Creating like a
yeah.
persona or yeah,
Yeah. I think I'd be more
gimmick.
confident. Yeah. And I've lived more life. So I have more things to say.
Yeah.
So it actually has been something I've been thinking about. I've also been thinking about streaming me playing video games.
You
So,
should.
yeah.
You should. So many
Yeah.
people I'm not a gamer, but a lot
Yeah.
of people do that and can make money off it, and I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm like,
It's a whole world.
yeah, I'm like, would people like that? Like just me playing Call
Absolutely.
of Duty for like 2 hours straight? I don't know. But yeah.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure
Yeah.
they would.
I don't
Oh my
know.
god,
Like,
there's so much you could do. You're so talented.
oh, thank you.
There's so much
Yeah,
to
maybe
you. I love this.
I gotta think about it, I guess. But yeah, if wrestling were to end tomorrow, ugh, I don't think I'm at a point where I could teach, and I think there's so many schools and so many things like that. But being around a ring is always like the best feeling, because then your mind just feels creative. Um, I don't know. I guess I'll have to think about that when the
Yeah,
time
for
comes.
sure. It's so new still. You're only 6 years in, so it's like
Yeah, yeah.
still fresh.
So
You got a long ways to go to think about
yeah,
that. I want to see you front a band. I'm excited now.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, ugh. And there's so much with technology
Can you
these days.
scream, like sing and scream?
No, I don't scream.
Damn.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, no, I feel like I could probably like that would probably be cooler, but no, yeah, I don't. I guess I've never tried, but yeah. Yeah.
What motivates you to keep going?
Just the passion and the dream. Honestly, like I think a lot of people are probably comfortable with the 9 to 5 and, just being content, and I think that I would only feel content if I knew I tried. So, this is me trying, and I think that dream of that little girl that went to that live, house show, not live house show, I guess that house show with my dad and like dreaming of becoming Lita or China growing up, like I'm owing it to her to try, and I am trying. So I think it's just
No,
having the dream and the passion,
yeah. As long
Yeah.
as you're still motivated, just yeah, one foot in front of the other and those baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely how I approach wrestling for sure.
What's the hardest part about the profession you've chosen?
Probably the fact that it's like a hills and valleys industry. So it's like your highs are high and your lows are lows. And I
Yeah.
think when you're in the lows, it's really easy to not want to do it anymore. It's really easy to throw in the towel or to think negatively of yourself or the stuff around you. And I think the mental game of pushing past that and knowing that the next step is hopefully a hill and hopefully you start climbing again. So I think that is definitely the most difficult part, is just having to kind of ride the wave of wrestling because they're not all going
Yeah,
to be
I think
amazing, right?
I think that's the same with any like entertainment.
Hmm.
Like, because when you have your show, it's like you're on such a high and you have that you're
Hmm.
coming out the curtain and the adrenaline, and then
Yeah.
after you're still like coming down from the adrenaline, but then if there's no shows for a while, then you're kind of like
Hmm.
get a little lost. And that's
Yeah.
same with like performers, musically, actors. So it is
Yeah.
a real thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not necessarily specific to me, like every wrestler I know goes through that.
Yeah.
So,
And dealing
yeah.
with injuries. And have you had any?
Was that your cat?
No,
No.
that was just me.
um, have I had any injuries? I had a pinched nerve in my neck when I started training.
Yeah.
And then I got impaled by a chair, so I was off for a while with that. But that's it so far.
Damn chairs.
Yeah, I mean that's my own fault. I got
Yeah.
superplexed into it, so like,
Nothing crazy yet. I'm knocking on wood for you.
yeah. Thank you. Me too. Me too. Me too.
When you have an off day, how do you pick yourself back up? Kind of those down moments that you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm very, very introverted. So my days, honestly, because today's Sunday and it's nice out, I'll probably run some errands, groceries, meal prep, things like that. I was watching that Netflix documentary, like the false prophet. So I'll probably, find
Yeah.
something else to watch. I basically unwind by like quiet time with myself. So like me and my cat in a movie, me and my cat in the video games, cooking, or calling my mom. My mom's my best friend. So
Is she in
uh,
Calgary? No, she's in Ottawa.
no, she's in Edmonton.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she used to live in Calgary, but then she moved away. And then I've been begging her to come back because Calgary's better.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
So when you have those down periods, you just kind of focus on you and what feels good and get yourself back to
Yeah. I think
positive
like
headspace.
those things are like resetting, and it's
Yeah.
also like really important to remember who you are without wrestling, and who I am without wrestling is somebody who loves movies, loves music, loves talking to
Gaming.
my mom, my friends, just making sure that in those down moments that I'm still appreciative and still grateful. And I'm also a very big component of like allowing yourself to feel it, like
Yeah.
feel bummed out, feel disappointed, feel upset, as long as it doesn't stick around,
Yeah,
right? So
absolutely. Sometimes we need that day of tears or whatever it may be, and then
yeah, and
next
then
year, it's
you
all right. I'm over that. Let's move on.
so I guess they're very similar to like my lazy days, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just about perspective, I think.
Being a female in a male-dominated industry, what challenges have you faced, and how have you overcome it?
I think it's gotten light years better, which I think is a credit to the way things are now. But there's still like times where, you know, I show up to a show and I'm booked on it, but then I get there and the promoter's like, "Oh, well, our girl dropped out. We don't have a girl for you, and we don't
Yeah.
believe in intergender, so
Oh,
you gotta basically go home," you know?
yeah.
And like when you're faced with that, that's one of the most difficult things is because like I'm here, I'm ready to work, I want to work, I want to
We
wrestle.
are lacking females. I feel
Yeah,
like it is picking up, but I mean, it depends where
yeah,
you are, and if one drops out, and that's the only one.
yeah. And I think like women's wrestling has come such a long way, and it's fantastic to see. But I still think, at least in my perspective, we still have to work 10 times harder, I think,
Yeah,
to get the respect that maybe the male athletes experience. Um, and that just puts a little chip on your shoulder, gives you something to be determined about.
yeah.
So,
Higher,
yeah, yeah.
like
So,
higher.
but things have definitely gotten better.
Good to hear.
Um, yeah, I can't hate the fact that I definitely have like more opportunity and stuff now, you know? So it's gotten better, I would say. But yeah.
Good. I like to do a fun little thing called this or that. So just tell me which one you gravitate
God, I
towards.
love this. Let's go. Fun.
Calgary Stampede or a Flames game?
Stampede. Do I have
Stampede.
to say why, or is it
We
lightning
can
round?
say why. Well, I'm going to ask you. Is it the mini donuts?
Pretty close.
Corn.
I'm not a huge hockey fan. I just don't keep up with it. I grew up watching it sometimes, but it was always wrestling for me. Even though Flames kind of makes sense, and I do kind of want to do a play off of that because I do have like, you know, the Calgary Hitmen. I have like the Calgary Hellion. I have the
Yeah.
logo with me, but
Yeah.
I want to do Flame someday. But the
Maybe
Stampede,
find like a retro symbol or something. Like a
yeah,
throwback.
yeah. But the Stampede has food, it has music. You know, all your friends are out there, so I would pick Stampede. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would too. I mean, I'm not huge into hockey either.
Mhm.
I don't love, I mean, I've been here my whole life. So Calgary Stampede, I'll skip it for 2 years and then I'll go again.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
But I will go for a corn dog. That's it. Like I will pay to get
The
in, get my
giant
corn
one.
dog. Yeah.
The giant one. Yeah.
Actually, I did the giant ones, I think the last time I went, like 2 years
Mhm.
ago. And then there's so much batter and my stomach hurts so bad after.
Oh
So.
no.
And then the one year I tried the deep fried pickle one because I
Mm.
love pickles. But
Yeah.
no, just got to get the original. Just
Yeah.
that's the best.
Yeah.
Flashy and colorful gear or dark and intimidating?
I pick dark and intimidating
I was
always.
like, I think you're actually kind of both.
Yeah, I don't wear a lot of color, but when I do, it's like pops of orange and that's it. But I might be doing a new color, but I'm not going to tell you. You'll see it though. But yeah.
Can't wait to see. Travel companion, cat or dog?
Cat.
Would you take your cat on the road?
If he was good at it, but he hates car rides.
Yeah,
Like
my
if
cat's
it's
too.
yeah, if it's specifically travel, then probably a dog, but I don't have a dog.
Yeah.
But I just love cats, you know. So
Did
even
you
when
get your cat as a kitten or was he older and you adopted him?
no, I adopted him at 1 and he's
Oh, okay. So,
he's like a year and a half now or something.
okay. So he's
Yeah.
still pretty little.
Yeah.
Pre-match ritual, excuse me, intense workout or quiet meditation?
Quiet meditation. I'm like a big stretcher these days. You
You
know?
gotta be.
Yeah.
I've been skipping stretches and my back is not liking it. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to make more time for that. It's very important.
Yeah, and the difference in having a match where you've stretched before and having a match where you didn't do anything is night and day. Night and
For
day.
sure.
So,
Especially when you're my age. I think you're younger than me, so you got a ways to go. But
yeah, but yeah, stretching I think helps anybody.
yeah. Post-match meal, healthy and light or comfort food feast?
Usually it's like comfort food because it's the only thing that's open. And if
Yeah.
I haven't meal prepped, then I'm actually, you know what I've been doing a lot is Leopold's
That's where we're
Tavern.
going today.
Yeah. Because they have everything. Because like sometimes I'll get a burrito bowl and I won't feel so terrible for that. But then sometimes I'll get like their garlic knots, So
Yeah.
yeah.
My daughter's 18th is today, and they have an amazing patio. I don't know if you ever go to the one in Bowness.
Oh
Love
no.
that patio. So we're gonna go there for her 18th. It's nice out today, and yeah.
I didn't know there was one there. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I like Leopold's in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it too. It's a good
Mhm.
time. So that was my this and that. I have a few fan questions for you. One I
Oh,
forgot to write down. It's on my phone, so I'll have to dig it up. But
that's
and then we'll be wrapping it up.
sure.
So, who were some of your inspirations to becoming a wrestler?
Definitely Lita and China were the most pivotal women for me growing up. And then the Hardy Boys, Jericho and RVD would be the guys. Just thought they were the coolest. So those answers haven't really changed over the years. Those are probably the most pivotal people that I grew up like watching.
Yeah.
Um,
So back then, when it was like Trish and Lita, you were more of a Lita fan.
oh yeah, always. But I love Trish. I
Yeah.
love her. But like Lita had that edginess, she had that dragon tattoo, and I remember being like, that is so cool. So and now I've got my little gill man here. So like, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So
Yeah.
those would be my picks.
Yeah, I got into. I mean, I was in and out with wrestling my whole life, and I got back into it during the Attitude Era. My little sister Amaris was watching,
Yeah.
and she was into Lita. And then I was like, "What are you watching?" So I'm like, I'm seeing the Hardy Boys, I'm seeing Lita, I'm seeing Trish.
Yeah.
And that's when I got pulled back in. But she was a Lita fan, I was a Trish fan. I mean, I liked Lita, but
Yeah,
Trish.
I feel like you're kind of a blend of both of them, though, don't you think? Like, yeah.
Yes, again, it's the Gemini in me.
Yeah.
My cat Gemini cup.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, I got this other question on my phone.
Yeah.
Does women's wrestling aim to be masculine, or can it be aggressive and feminine at the same time? Feminine.
Well, I think there's so many different types of matches and so many different types of styles. And I think something can still be aggressive and still be feminine. I think the beauty of being a women's wrestler is that you can be tough and still be feminine. I don't think you have to inherently be super masculine and aggressive. I think you can kind of pull in that like inner like female rage and let that come out, right? So I think the duality of it is kind of the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how badass do you feel when like you get a nosebleed or something?
Yeah.
Well, not a nosebleed, but like, you're bleeding. Like you guys, I can just see it's like
Yeah. And I think
persona takes over and you're like, you're so badass at that moment.
Yeah, and I specifically appreciate matches where I get to be more scrappy and the person I'm wrestling is more scrappy too. Like I always like when something looks like a fight, and like even Bret says that all the time. Like he likes when it looks like a fight, and
like real, legitimate.
and like because that's when the audience is like, oh shit, So that's how I like it. But yeah, the duality of like tough and aggressive and feminine, I think, is the cool part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shock people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Anything you'd like to plug? Any upcoming events, merchandise? Where can people follow you?
Yeah. Upcoming events. I've got Top Talent on May 8th. I've got ETU
in Calgary or Edmonton?
Oh, that's Edmonton. Yeah, I'm doing New Jersey on May 23rd.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I'm going to Jersey too on the 13th.
Yeah, that's awesome. Have you been before?
Yes, but like hardly. So I did a con there.
Yeah.
And but I stayed in Delaware at my friend's house. So I didn't see Jersey. I just went to the venue. That was it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And yeah, plug in my hot sauce. I think anybody who likes hot sauce should want my hot sauce. And then if I start a Twitch, then I'll plug that.
Do you have all your links in your Instagram? Like, do you have a link tree?
Yeah, everything should be there. Yeah.
So it's Ava Lawless on Instagram, right?
Lawless Ava. Yeah.
Lawless Ava. Well, thank you so much for being here today. This was so much fun. I wish you all the luck with everything you're doing, even though you don't need it because you are a natural and you're kicking ass. I'm so proud of you. I love featuring women, especially Canadian, local women like yourself from my city. So thank you for being here. Everyone, remember to subscribe to X Brand Wrestling on YouTube and sign the petition to get my dad into the WWE Hall of Fame. Thank you so much and see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.